Right, I am basically recording. And this blog, I'm also going to mention somebody else in this blog. But I'm also going to talk about the live music experience because it's something that I'm very much into if it can basically happen. But I want to say hello to Katy out there, who is wonderful, and I enjoy watching her videos. Basically, the thing with Katy is that she's music. She likes music as well, just as much as she does beauty and things like that. And she's good because she got great hair. You know, she's always got this thing going on where she's dyeing her hair and doing all different types with it, and that's very good. So it's good that you do that, and it's good to be able to speak to you and get to know you. And I'm happy for that, basically. So hopefully, as I always say, when I make a friend, I hope that I will always keep them as a friend because I'm always going to be there for them when they need me. So it's great that you can be there if I ever need it. And obviously, same goes for me. If you ever need me, I'm always here to talk to, and it's good that we can do that. And I will say, you know, you're not like some people I speak to because you actually are somebody who goes and watches live music, and that was the purpose of what we're going to say in this one because I'm a very big fan of live music, but the hardest part is basically living in. Well, I'm not saying I'm living in an area where we don't get live music, but I'm certainly in the area where we don't get all the major concerts. But the hardest thing is that live music can be very expensive, and this is the hardest part because people say we're in a recession, but it's not about being in a recession. It's about knowing that it's been going on for quite a while. That basically, to go and watch some live music, it does cost a lot of money, and that's a problem that I find here because basically I can't always go and watch all the bands that I want to see because they're not charging like you think of it as being something like it's not like a £10 ticket or a 15 or a 20. You can get tickets that are like 40, 50 odd quid, and they go up to like 100 quid, and you're like, it's too expensive, and it really is worth it if you know you really like the band and want to go and see them live. But the hardest part is getting there because if they don't play in Peterborough here, and they might well be playing in somewhere like London, you've got to get there by train. You've got to pay your train ticket, so you could be so you could before you've even got there, you could be paying something like 15, £20, you know, to get there. And then you've got to get a hotel if you can't get back home at night because some gigs will carry on for a certain amount of time at night. So it's quite hard to imagine that and I suppose a lot of people say you can always go and see local gigs, you know, you can go to the local and support your local music scene. And I'm not normally one for that because basically when I go and see somebody live I like to know who they are. Because I don't want to pay my money to go and see somebody and think they were rubbish. They were rubbish and that. So generally, I normally would go and see bands that I know of to see what they're like. But I don't mind going if they're free because it's nice to have, say, some festival. And what I might do is I might be going walking around and I'll be experiencing the bands that are playing. And some of them I might know. Some of them I probably won't know. And I'll be standing there and thinking, I'm not seen this band before. But once you get to know them and think, are they good or bad? That's the point of where you can sort of go through and say, I'm going to spend the money and so on and go and watch them. But yeah, I do actually admit I like live music and it's one of them things that some of my friends and certain people, they don't live here so they can't come and see it with me, and it's a case of that when I go to the ones in Peterborough, if we ever have any, I have to go alone because my dad won't come because it's not the music he likes, and then there's that whole thing. So it's kind of hard to you know. But I would sooner go alone than not go because I don't want to miss an opportunity of seeing somebody that I might like to go and see. Where because we get free gigs in Peterborough, so that's the whole point of going. We're very lucky that we have the Willow Festival, which is one of the largest free festivals in Europe, as far as I know of. It runs for a weekend in May. It did start years ago. It started in the I think it was the late 90s or early noughties, and basically ran for so many years, but then it stopped and it come back last year. And basically, Mark Ringer, who organised it, is an amazing person. I'm not met him personally, but he's an amazing person putting this event on. And basically, it's a great free family event. Although we do admit that some bands who play there might well be punk or metal or whatever, and there might be swearing in it, but it really is a family event. So if you're worried about any band that you might be going to see that might be swearing, then don't take your kids to see that band. Just go and let them walk around the thing. And it's basically that they have basically got a tent for. They don't allow alcohol on site. They do it themselves. You can't bring it in yourselves. They do it themselves. Because they want it to be, they don't want it to be spoilt by alcoholics who are going to come and ruin the whole weekend. But what they do is they start on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. It runs from about 6ish or something like that, on a Friday night, and they run till about 11:30 when the last band are obviously finishing. The Saturday and Sunday is almost Saturday and Sunday is all day. It's from something like 12 or whatever when they start the first band on, and there is about 6 stages. Some of them are intense. Obviously, some I think it's 2 open air stages, and they allow they don't allow DJs, but they allow any performer as long as they are doing it live. You can't really have somebody who's going to come along with like their backing tracks and then play the guitar or whatever. No. It's got to be done with the proper musicians and bands and things like that. But any performer can be open to play. So if you're like a female singer and you've just got a guitar, an acoustic guitar, you play only with that acoustic guitar, you're allowed to apply to be basically at the Willow Festival. All types of music are allowed, whether it's pop or rock or soul or dance or R&B or country or folk or metal, punk, indie, all types of reggae, that kind of thing. They have all different types. So sometimes try and get a major act who comes to play for the main part. We had Lorraine Silver last year, who's a soul singer, and in the past we've had Bad Manners and the Animals. But it's a great event, and they have like the tent where you can get your drink, beer and that, because they do it themselves. You've got burger vans and ice cream vans and things like that, other food vans. You've got some stalls that sell things. Yes, alternative mostly, but it's still good. A few fairground rides and they have their basically helpers on hand if you need help, and that. It's great. It's really good. And the Saturday and Sunday the bands play up until about 11:30 again, because that'll be when the last band would likely finish, roughly about that time, or it could be 11 o'clock, something like that anyway. And I think it's a great event. One of the best 3 ones that you can possibly ever have. And we also have the Peterborough Festival, which runs as well. That's normally 3 weeks, and they have themes on that one. And they run various things for the 3 weeks, and then on the last weekend they normally have at Central Park 2 days of basically, they've got stalls and entertainment on, but they have basically got a stage where they have bands on, and they have probably 3 or 4 bands locally each day, and then they have 1 or 2 major acts who can provide the entertainment. Like we had the Future Heads, and we've had Magic Numbers 2 years ago. Last year it was supposed to be Hardwired, but it was cancelled due to the rain. And previously we've had other acts who've come and done something. We've had people like The Real Thing, we've had Jackie Graham, we've had Heatwave, we've had Gina Washington, we've had some tribute bands that have been rubbish. Don't like them. If you get a tribute band as your main act, you're doing something wrong. But it's been great, and that's good because that's a free event as well. So I absolutely enjoy these. You know, they're great, and it's good when they're free because we get to see some people that we may well like and that. So I'm quite happy for that. So I enjoy the live experience in music, and if I had the chance to go and see some bands and the tickets weren't too expensive, I would go. But if they're too expensive, sadly, sometimes I can't go unless somebody's going to be willing to pay. Yes, I'm opening. If you want to pay for me to go and see Green Day, come on, come on, cough up. Charity begins at home, they say. Only joking. But if somebody did seriously buy me a ticket, I would be over the moon. I don't know what I would say. I'd be absolutely. Let's just say I'd be over the moon, as I've just said. Anyway, hope you like the video, Katy. Hope you like, and that keep watching my videos because I'm gonna carry on doing them and plenty more things to talk about and that. So yeah, and it's very nice, as I've said, to be speaking to you and getting to know you and watching your videos. And as I said, keep watching because there's more to come. And it's great. And obviously you like live music just as much as me, so we're on the same wavelength. And bye for now. Oh, I'm still rolling as I was in the last video. I better turn it off. The bloopers will be coming soon, possibly.